Are you a prepper or homesteader looking to connect with like-minded people in your area? Looking to start your own preparedness group? Already have a group? Well, look no further than PrepperNet. PrepperNet is dedicated to personal responsibility, individual freedoms, and being self-reliant. PrepperNet has monthly meetings in over 100 cities where you can meet and learn with like-minded people in your area. PrepperNet, where preppers unite. Find us online at preppernet.com.
JCPenney for the end-of-season Red Zone clearance event happening now through Monday. You'll find thousands of items like swimwear, tanks, tees, shorts, and accessories for the whole family under $5 or $10, with many items final marked down to 80% off. Stack the savings even more and get $10 off when you spend $25 or more with coupon on select items. That's getting your pennies worth. JCPenney. Valid 8/31 to 9/5. Some exclusions apply. Check jcp.com or newspaper for coupon and details. Selections vary by store while supplies last. Clearance savings off regular and original prices. Intermediate markdowns may have been taken. Season refers to time period from 8/10 to 9/5.
Preppers Asylum is the premier preparedness outfitter. They carry in stock and ship direct the products you're looking for. MREs, freeze-dried food, Kelly kettles, water filtrates, first aid and trauma kits, stoves, personal protection, self-defense supplies, and more. Preppers Asylum are people just like you and I. Find what you're looking for and use promo code PBN at checkout to receive 10% off. That's promo code PBN for 10% off at preppersasylum.com.
You've just joined the Prepper Broadcasting Network, where we promote self-reliance and independence. The views and opinions expressed are strictly those of the host or their guests. Visit us in the interactive chat room at prepperbroadcasting.com.
Hey guys, this is Forrest. How you doing? And Kyle?
How's everyone doing?
Say hi, Kyle. Come on. Kyle's back from the living dead.
Yeah.
Wasn't here last week. Hey, want to welcome everyone. My name is Forrest Garvin. You are live with the Prepping Academy. My name is Forrest, and this is Kyle. We're live every Friday night at 9 Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're listening to this, not live, join us on Friday nights. We're live. Also, if you're on Blog Talk Radio, you can jump over to prepperbroadcasting.com, where you can join into our live chat room and communicate with us, ask us questions, and have some comments in there. If you're a friend or family, use your real name so I know who you are. You can also call in for questions, and that number is 347-202-0228. You can press 1 to get in queue for a question, or you can just listen, which is pretty cool. Just call in, listen if you're driving down the road, I guess.
Yeah, just background noise?
Yeah. So, Kyle, you were off last week, and what the heck, what were you doing last week to miss this number one show in the world?
Yeah. Work.
Work. An emergency at work, or just standard work, or just
standard, humdrum, boring work?
You love your job.
No, I really don't. Honestly, if I woke up tomorrow morning and said, "Hey, please burn down, don't bother coming in," yes.
Yeah,
sure.
but you need that paycheck, and you need the relationships with all the. No. Yeah, no, okay.
No more people.
No more people?
I think I told you, I'm kind of at the point where I'm ready to just go up in the mountains, go find a cave. I'll be good.
Yeah, a cave, that's not good. So, we missed your conspiracy theory of the week last week.
Yeah.
I mean, you weren't here. You gave me some suggestions, and I'm like,
What
dude.
did I suggest? I can't remember. What was it?
Was it Hillary's Health or something? Or I
No.
forgot. You texted me. I forgot what it was.
Everyone's always talking about Hillary's health. You know, if she makes it to the election.
All the people that died. I don't know what it was. I don't know. But we missed it, and you suggested that I would talk about one, and I just can't. I mean, it's very few conspiracy theories are actually. They're theories. They really are theories.
Well,
And you think they're facts.
Dude, it's like saying MK Ultra is still a conspiracy theory. It was for years, and now it's declassified information. It's public. You can read about MK Ultra.
So what is your conspiracy theory today?
My conspiracy theory probably goes back hundreds and hundreds of years, and it's something that we still see actively today, and that would be the use of Romans 13 to control the masses. And if anyone's familiar with Hagman and Hagman, I've been a pretty long time listener. I love their show. I usually listen to it almost nightly. They had on the other night, it was the 24th, Pastor Chuck Baldwin talking about his new book out and discussing Romans 13 and how there are so many people behind the pulpit now that do not want to discuss what's going on in our country for fear of losing, whether they're 501c3 status,
Yep.
or they're just entirely blind to it. And it's something that, as a Christian, I'm passionate about. And, you know, a lot of people will talk about, you know, FEMA camps and stuff like that. They're all placing an agenda where, you know, something's going to happen and they're going to push out Romans 13 and say, well, but the Lord wants you to submit, but you're not really supposed to. You really aren't. Whenever you're confronted with evil, it's just like if someone comes into your house right now, Forrest, with a shotgun and says, I'm going to kill your kids, I'm going to kill your wife, are you just supposed to sit there?
No, you shoot them. We have the castle doctrine or law.
Well, would you believe that whenever I was actually taking seminary classes, I actually had a teacher say he would sit there and just let it happen because he adamantly believed you should not do anything, and he even cited Romans 13.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I studied the a lot of Jesus's apostles had swords. Because Peter sure grabbed his in a hurry when they were coming to arrest him. Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus didn't rebuke Peter for trying to stop them. He rebuked them saying, wait, it's time. So, you know, almost like, hey, you did that. That was good, everything. But the problem is this is time. It's my appointed time to go.
Yeah.
That's what he rebuked him for. And then later, he told his disciples, hey, if you don't have a sword,
go sell your cloak.
Go sell your cloak and get one.
Wow.
And, you know, a sword was our modern day gun.
Yeah.
I mean,
obviously.
Or tank.
Yeah. I mean, God, I wish. You know, but I think that's my conspiracy theory. And I don't really think it's too much of a conspiracy that Christians in America are being dumbed down. The water is tainted.
Okay. Well, you know what? We may even agree on one here. Yeah. I mean, I agree that the thing is, I do believe we need to submit to the authority of people, no matter who it is, because the Bible tells us whoever is in authority, God has put them there.
But did he put them there for blessing or for judgment?
It doesn't matter. We are still to obey him until it causes us to sin. And see, that is a conflict. And I'm going to teach a Bible study on this in the Carolina Prepper Network in the coming months about, you know, prepping is good and great. And I believe it's 100% in the Bible. We should be prepared. Mm-hmm. But if you ever rely on your preps more than you do God, I think that's a sin.
Oh yeah, I would say I definitely would say that because from all the forums, blogs and everything I've been on, I've always said that your spiritual preparation is the most important because if you don't have that, the rest of it is not going to be.
So I'm putting together a Bible study with the help of one of the biggest theologians of our time. He just lives down the road from me. He started a seminary, is it Southern Evangelical Seminary?
Yep.
He's the leading apologetics in the world. Norman Geisler and his writer is a guy named Doug Potter, which is a real good friend of mine. And they are helping me kind of put together this lesson that I would be going to churches and speak about, hey, the getting up to the end times, God is warning us. He's not trying to judge us, and what we need to do to prepare for that.
Yeah.
So I'm studying that right now.
So what we've established tonight is the Mormons are, no, I'm just kidding. The Mormons are right.
Dude.
I mean, maybe.
The Mormons are absolutely awesome when it comes to prepping.
They are. But
they are.
Mandatory is you have to have 7 years.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's 7.
I think starting out you have to have 1.
Yeah, I think so too.
You have to have 7 once you're established.
I mean, everyone that preps kind of uses something that they put together. I mean, some system or the food. I mean, I think all the freeze-dried food is owned by the Mormons. I know Wise is. I know I think Legacy is. I'm not sure it is in Utah, which would tell me that it is. I mean, so, but you can't fault them in that area.
Oh, absolutely not.
So, hey, well, tonight we're going to go over part 3 of Intro to Prepping 101. This will be day 120 to 180. So I don't know why I broke it down in days, just the way I did. I was thinking a year, how to get someone from absolutely afraid of a gun. First, they think I'm crazy. They're afraid of a gun to absolutely an experienced prepper in 1 year and have almost all their bases covered. And that was kind of the reason. And I broke that down to 6 classes, and this would be class 3. And before the show, I wish you guys could have heard us. We are totally disagreeing with some things on here, and I thought I was going to have to break out we were going to have a fist fight here.
Well, yeah, but you got Charlie horse and couldn't participate.
Oh, yeah, I got a cramp in my leg, so I couldn't stand up and go over there. And then my wife came in, which kind of stopped us as well.
Yeah.
I think that was right after I said you're a liar and a cheat. And I'm just kidding. So we're not going to go through everything on this list tonight. What we are going to do, we're going to post this on the preppingacademy.com website. That's preppingacademy.com. It will be posted there. But we're not going to talk about every single thing on there because we're getting into some details now and some heavy, some serious stuff. And so the first thing I'm going to bring up, because I know what the second thing is, one of the things we're fighting over. So we're going to start out slow in here. The first thing is a solar charger.
Yeah.
I'm not talking a big solar array on top of your house. I'm talking about something you can fold out, charge your phone. I mean, you need that when you go camping anyway.
Yeah.
Of course, I think SunJack is one of the best products made. I have to tell you, they are a sponsor of me in my survival school. And they make an incredible product. It's sunjack.com, but they have a 20-watt panel that can charge your phone, your iPad, flashlight batteries, radios. I mean, it can. I mean, you especially like your ham radios and things. And so I think that at this point in someone's prepping growth, this is where you got to have something. I mean, that goes on your. I'm not sure it would go in your bug out bag, but it could go in the back of your bug out bag. It could go in there. You need to take it.
Yeah.
And the battery backup comes with it too. The little charging packs. So at this point, you got to have one of them. And the next item.
Yeah.
Do you want to bring that up?
Yeah. So basically, this is where we come into the disagreement. Is we've already established you want to have a handgun. The next thing you want to do is you want to have a rifle. And going from my personal experience, I honestly started off with a rifle first. And part of I was worried about legislation coming down the pipes, people coming into office. You have down here a 10-22 rifle.
A Ruger 1022 or a 22 type rifle, yes.
Yes. My argument with that is, it's a tool, just like anything else. Yes, you can use it for hunting. Yes, you can use it for personal defense. But if I had to make a choice, it would have to be, it's kind of like saying you have to chop down a tree. Do you want a hatchet or do you want an axe?
I want a chainsaw.
Well, there was not a chainsaw, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, I think my thinking of this was, these are new people, new to guns, and the last 2 months they bought a handgun, and now they're getting used to a gun.
Absolutely.
Now a 10-22. If I told you to go to your house and grab as much ammo as you can, we're getting ready to have a fight. You'll probably grab your 22 because you can carry a lot more ammo for a 22. No. Yeah.
No. If you had to, all right. If you were in, what we're gonna say, a zombie apocalypse, and you just had hordes of zombies running at you.
I don't know what you're talking about there, but keep going.
And you had a 22 and a 5.56 rifle,
mm-hmm.
and you had to hand one to a friend beside you, your dearly beloved friend you grew up with, and you said, I can give you this 22.
That has 50,000 rounds because you can carry that. Or here's a 5.56 and you can only carry like 200 rounds.
Yeah, but maximum penetration is going to be greater. You can carry greater distances.
How about for hunting? Which is the best?
I mean, it depends on what you're hunting. If you're hunting, say like a small animal like a deer, or maybe a little bit larger, I would still go with the 223. You can take one down with a 22, but it's not going to be that great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's going to be sloppy, and you're probably going to be running after it for a couple miles while it bleeds out very slow. It's inhumane. That's why wildlife usually goes after guys who do that. Now, if you're killing a squirrel or a rabbit,
right?
Yeah, sure, 22. But again, I think there's tools, different purposes.
Okay, what's the price difference?
I honestly haven't looked at a 10-22 in a good while.
You can get a 10-22 for, the one I own is a $300 one.
Okay.
Because it breaks apart. It's called the takedown.
Okay.
The 10-22 takedown. You can put it in a little backpack. It doesn't look like a gun, but you can get a standard 10-22 for maybe less than $150. How about a 223 5.56? What's the cheapest good one you can get?
The cheapest ones I've seen have been anywhere from $450 to $600.
$450. What? I mean, I've seen like the Smith & Wesson MMP is around $650.
Yeah, I've seen Delcon or not Delcon. Let's see. I cannot remember the name of the company. I know Palmetto.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you can get them for $6.
Yeah. Or an AK-47. An AK, it sounds like a dirty word here whenever you say it.
But see, AK is not good for target. I mean, it's not. I mean, AK and it's built for spray and pray.
No.
Hey, let's take a quick break.
Are you a prepper or homesteader looking to connect with like-minded people in your area? Looking to start your own preparedness group? Already have a group? Well, look no further than PrepperNet. PrepperNet is dedicated to personal responsibility, individual freedoms, and being self-reliant. PrepperNet has monthly meetings in over 100 cities where you can meet and learn with like-minded people in your area. PrepperNet, where preppers unite. Find us online at preppernet.com.
I mean, we're going to be getting the AR-15 versus AK-47.
Yeah, we're not going to go there. No, that's not the argument we want.
On fire right now if we do that.
Okay. So our goal with a rifle is you got to have a rifle.
Yeah, you need to make the personal choice whether you're thinking this is for me for hunting or this is for me for personal defense and for hunting. And if I had to choose a gun for personal defense, it is absolutely going to be the 5.56.
But you're also the guy that probably from your truck to my house, you probably brought your AR-15 in here with you around your neck. I mean, that's the kind of guy you are, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I would wear one on my hip where you would just go ahead and sling it over your shoulder and come on in and go. Just set it at the door, check it in, and clear it. But you are a gun. You are a gun nut, wouldn't you say?
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay. I'm a tool nut.
Yeah.
I mean, I like tools. The gun is a tool because it used to bother me when people would really like spray paint their gun. Or put that coating on there you told me about one time.
Like Cerakote?
Yeah, that make it beautiful and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I used to not want to do anything to my gun, but now it's a tool. I mean, I put tape around my hammer, and so I'm since it's a tool and it's not a little baby that you take care of.
Yeah.
I've changed my mindset over the last years about that. So.
I mean, keep in mind, I wasn't always a gun person. I never owned a gun. I mean, I've shot since I was 5 years old. But I never owned a gun.
It used to be Pokemon, right?
No, I never played. Let's not even go there with Pokemon. I never participated. Never will.
Or Care Bear. That's what. Okay.
No, I never owned one until I was 26.
A gun?
No, wait. 24.
Mm-hmm.
24.
See, I had in the 8th grade. My dad had a Browning .22. Made in Belgium, and it was a takedown as well. And that was the coolest thing because you can break that thing, put it in your backpack. And so in 8th grade, I had a gun shooting. I didn't even ask my parents to go shooting.
Wait. Browning made muskets back then?
No, 22 takedowns, yes.
Sorry, sometimes I forget.
Yeah.
His age.
Whatever. So you need a rifle. If you can handle a 20, an AR, absolutely. The reason I went 22 because I like the least common denominator for a lot of people. I actually had the AR in the next class. After 6 months of, because the person just started at 6 months ago. 4 months ago.
I would still put a 22 in there, but I would put more emphasis on getting the AR-15 or the AK, something more powerful up front, and then putting the 22 further back.
Yep. Someone put AR for defense and 22 for bug out and hunting. I agree with that because you can carry easily 2,000 rounds of 22.
Yeah.
In the bug out bag.
Yeah, I mean,
you cannot carry 2,000 rounds.
No, I carry like 300.
Okay, right. So one person said, a good 22 is around 129. Yep. So I was in the right price range. Some people are partial to Gold Zero. Well, the problem with Gold Zero is like Yeti. The Yeti computers. Yeti really loves their coolers. Yep. That's why they cost so much. Gold Zero really loves because people are willing to pay for them.
Yeah.
But you look at a Sunjack that has more power, more durable, cheap. I mean, they're just a better price, plain and simple.
There's a lot of, and this is my thing, there's a lot of mixed reviews on Gold Zero.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to knock them as a company or anything like that, but just some of the reviews, you read them and you're like, I don't know how much these people really use these items.
Right.
And then you see the people who did and they're like, I give it a 2.
Mm-hmm. And my Sunjack, man, I love that thing. That thing is just, I got several of them. And actually, we're giving one away. Hey, everyone, don't forget to go to preppingacademy.com, and you'll see on there you can sign up for our giveaway. And we need to come up with a date with that. So I'm thinking after Prepper Camp, sometime we do that. Because our goal is to give something away, but it's also secretly, I'm not going to tell these people, is to get people on my mailing list so that I can send them out when we have some important news or information.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say that because I don't want them to know that.
Yeah, hopefully they don't listen to them.
I know. So go to preppingacademy.com and register for that. And so far I've sent out 2 emails total. And both of them were about the next show coming up. So, hey. Okay, need a rifle. Next thing is some ammo. You got to have ammo. So you bought a pistol.
Buying a rifle.
Now you're buying a rifle. You need more ammo. I put 200 rounds of 380 or 9mm for your pistol.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not to shoot. This is now to kind of...
You're building up.
You're building up.
What would you say like your cap is for you personally? Mine I know is about 1,000 for pistols.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for like my 380, I have a couple 380s, and I have defensive rounds. I only literally carry maybe 100 rounds of defensive rounds because it's expensive ammo.
Oh yeah.
I don't go to the range. When I go to the range, I shoot one magazine of my defensive rounds to make sure it goes to the gun, it clears, make sure there's no jams. And then I go to the cheap ball ammo and practice.
Yeah.
That's kind of my thing with my 380s and my 9mm. I'm not gonna go out there and shoot hydro shot, not hollow point rounds at a target. But I do go through every time I go. I make sure that my defensive rounds work and they don't jam. I keep doing my hands. If you guys could see me, I keep doing my hands like I'm racking my my 9mm. But
muscle memory kicking in.
so 380, that's the worst gun in the world to shoot. It's not a pleasant gun. Now I have a Bersa 380 and the kids like to shoot it, so I have maybe 200 rounds of that max. My 9mm, I got some rounds for that.
Yeah.
100, 200 more, but I have some rounds of that because in a grid down situation, that's one of my main go-to weapons. It will be on my side at all times.
Mm-hmm. That's we talk about Glock versus Ruger or not.
Dude, I'm a Glock guy, but I know what I'm not.
What's that?
And it's a 911 guy, and I know you're a 911 guy.
1911.
1911, yeah, 1911.
No, I love my 1911.
Yeah, I like my Glock 19. Okay, so you got to have some ammo, and this is not ammo to shoot. So if you're going to shoot, you need to just buy, that's extra shooting ammo. This is kind of the store. And then cash. Got to have some cash.
Yeah.
Got to have in your bug out bag. Got to have in your everyday bag. You should always have cash. How much cash should you have?
I know you put down 100. I'm honestly thinking 200.
200?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just because.
I wouldn't disagree with you.
When something happens, people are going to price gouge.
Mm-hmm.
So, you go to the gas station, it might say it's still $3 a gallon, $2 a gallon, whatever. But in actuality, they're probably going to be like, it's $10 a gallon if you really want it.
I agree. Now, and again, depends on what, crap hits the fan thing you're preparing for. And I also, I really believe this, and I tell a lot of people this, that no matter what happens, Americans are so positive thinking that it gives us, the preppers, the people prepared, at least 24 hours to act before they're going to realize what's going on. The only thing that doesn't is like an EMP or the actual, even if the power goes off right now, cell phones work and your laptops work, but no internet, everything, it's just a grid down, not an EMP. People are going to think, oh, they'll have this up maybe tomorrow morning. They'll have this up, in 3 days. They are so positive and so oblivious to, did I say that right? Close. That was wrong. That didn't even sound right as it came out. But that we have time to get our stuff together, go to McDonald's, eat. Well, I probably wouldn't go to McDonald's. No, we'll go to a nice restaurant, go buy some things at Lowe's, and then go to our bug out location. Yeah. I think we'll have that much time.
Max out those credit cards.
Max them out. And then the fire comes on 3 days later, and you're like, crap.
They return everything.
Yeah, exactly. So have some cash. In small denominations, just have cash. And gold and silver. We'll get to the gold and silver as well. A galvanized trash can. Why would I be telling people to buy a trash can?
So you can. No. Trying to remember here.
Come on, man. You know this. Come on, quit playing. Faraday cage. So your radios, your Baofeng radios that are on this list to buy, your SunJack solar needs to be in there when you're not using it because it has electrical components that will fry if there's an EMP. And if you don't know what an EMP is, you most people listening to this will know what an EMP is or a CME. But you got to have a galvanized trash can. It doesn't have to be too big. You just got to be able to put your radios in there, maybe a shortwave radio, your Belfing radio, your solar chargers. You don't have to put your batteries in there.
Yeah.
But anything, even your cell phone charger that you plug into the wall, a EMP would fry that. Any comments, questions on that?
No, I would definitely agree on that. The only thing I don't like is I just don't like the size of the galvanized trash cans. And then you're going to be this guy. Like if I'm driving around in my truck and like, oh, what's he have all those galvanized trash cans for?
Well, there's a way to wrap radios in tinfoil and do the same thing.
I mean, but it's still going to look like I'm driving around with a bunch of Cookie Monsters in the back of my
Well,
truck.
you hide it. You don't just, you don't mark it.
Oscar the Grouch.
EMP-proof radio wrapped 5 times by tinfoil on the outside of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
tinfoil hats.
First of all, if someone looked in your truck, I would think that they would be on the ground eating concrete pretty quickly.
There is a sticker that says something like that on there.
Yeah. So next we have on there is rice.
You need a lot of rice to survive on just even as an individual. I was amazed how much you need.
You know how many people in the world live on rice and beans alone?
Probably about
14. No, I don't know. I would think there's millions.
I'd say billions.
Billions?
I mean, like thinking, going through India, China.
Mm-hmm. I
mean, very dense populated areas, and quite frankly, I mean, that's a huge source of their food.
Yeah, Pappy in the chat room said he had rice for supper, so he's preparing.
Yeah, I actually had rice too.
Did you really?
Yeah, I threw most of it out.
Oh.
I can't stand rice.
Really? No,
rice and beans, I'm fine.
Okay, but just plain rice? Put a little soy sauce or something on them?
Soy causes low T, man.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Okay, you need 100 pounds of rice, and then you need to know how to store it. I mean, again, YouTube videos, ton of them.
Yeah.
You put it in a Mylar bag, put it in a bucket, and you seal it. It's easy. 25 years if you do it right.
Years first?
The last few batches I did.
Yeah.
The problem is now my freezer's full. I got deer meat in there. It's just full. I mean, it was literally. I had a half a bag of ice the other night left over from we did the UFC fight. Had some friends over.
Oh yeah.
I could not fit the half bag of ice in my freezer.
Yeah. So you had some friends over, but you never called.
Dude, we had a ton of friends over. There we had 26 people. Yeah, it was a party without Kyle. Well, you were working that weekend.
Well, everyone says I look like Conor McGregor anyway, so.
You do kind of look like him. Yeah.
I see the tattoos.
Yeah. So rice, got to get some rice, long-term rice. Rice is for 50-pound bag, around $16. That is cheap. And so 1 cup of rice makes like 2.5 cups of uncooked rice. 1 cup of uncooked rice makes like 2.5 cups of cooked rice.
Yeah.
That's a lot of food.
Yeah. But you run through it pretty quickly. I forget what the breakdown is. I think I worked it out one time for one person to live on rice alone, one adult would go through, I want to say, 3 5-gallon buckets of rice.
Dang.
For 1 year.
All right. Well, next is rice is Belfing radios. Now you can get any ham radio you want. There's some that are hundreds. There's some that are thousands of dollars. But kind of the staple for preppers right now is a little radio that you can get for less than $30. And it is amazing. It transmits on like it replaces 7 different radios. Every handheld radio these little kids have, the FRS, GMRS, whatever it's called, business radio, MERS, it transmits on them all. And it's like $30. With all the accessories, it's $50. You got to have one. It's the way to communication. And that's what then it needs to go in the galvanized can when you're not using it. But in the next section of training and action, you got to learn how to use these suckers. Yeah. You just don't pick these up and start using them.
I actually told my wife the other day when we move,
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think I'm getting rid of the cell phones and just going over to Belfang radios. I'm tired of getting calls.
There's a distance.
Well, there's
problem.
distance, but there's also I don't have telemarketers.
Right.
Imagine if you got on your
Well, maybe
Belfang,
I'll get on there and find out what frequency you guys are on.
Yeah, that'd be great. Watch me break it.
Hey, have you got a credit card? Okay.
A timeshare.
Yeah. So I tell you what, let's take a break, pay some bills. G-Man's ready. And so let's go to commercial break. We'll be right back with some more on Intro to Prepping 101.
TheWonderMill.com, the best grain mills on the market, with the ability to mill several items that many grain mills will not. There are 2 grain mills to choose from. The Wonder Mill Electric. It's fast and gives you a vast variety of items it can grind. The Wonder Junior hand grain mill can grind a wide variety of things that even some of the most expensive hand grain mills cannot, including oily grains, nuts, and seeds. Learn more about the most resourceful tool that you may ever own. See all the exciting things that Wonder Mill can do for you and what you eat at thewondermill.com.
Hey, I'm Joe Alton, MD. I'm here to remind you that disasters can happen anytime, anywhere, and you need to know what to do in an emergency. The new 2016 third edition of the Survival Medicine Handbook is the essential guide for when medical help is not on the way. The Survival Medicine Handbook covers every issue you'll face in times of trouble, and it's all in plain English. Get the Survival Medicine Handbook at Amazon.com. I guarantee one day you'll be glad you did.
We have exciting news. You can now afford to have your own freeze dryer. That's right, for the first time ever, it's possible to have a freeze dryer in your home. It was invented right here in America by Harvest Right. With this new appliance, you can freeze dry your own food and it will last 25 years. Imagine freeze drying fruit, vegetables, meat, and your own homemade meals. It's as easy to use as a microwave. Learn more about this amazing home freeze dryer at harvestright.com. Again, that's harvestright.com.
Hey guys, welcome back. We were just looking at our list here and have a few more things to go, and then I'm going to pick one, and that's the way we'll do some of these, go maybe quicker. But I do want to hit, I have here to purchase 4 months of freeze-dried food. I personally think freeze-dried food is huge, and here's the reason why. Grid down situation, crap hits the fan. The last thing I want to worry about is food. I want the best food, the best tasting food, so people aren't griping and complaining, and I want the easiest food to make. Because I want to be worried. I'm going to be worried about security, making sure my kids are okay. If we're walking somewhere or bug out location, there's work going like crazy. So the last thing I want to do is worry about preparing meals, soaking beans, soaking rice. What I want is something that I can heat water pretty easy, or I can just put cold water in there. And we've all had cold meals before.
Yeah.
So, and of course, I am a legacy reseller, and I sell it on the preppingacademy.com at a great price, best price you'll find. But and Legacy by far has the biggest, the absolutely biggest serving size in the market. You can't even compare it to Wise. You compare Wise, you compare Legacy. Legacy weighs twice as much and costs about the same. That's because it's got more servings. And I've researched that.
Yeah.
I'm an expert in freeze-dried food. Now, do I own Wise? Of course. Because when I didn't know any better, I bought some.
Yeah.
When I researched it, and that's why I became a reseller in Legacy. You can go to preppingacademy.com and you can see some of the prices. Now, if you join, you actually get better prices. And I actually show you what you could get there. So, Kyle, pick one.
Pick one. I know we've gone over quite a few of these. So, basic survival class. I know you actually teach one. A lot of people need to do a basic survival class.
Yes. Have you ever taken my basic survival class? Do you not think you need one?
I don't need your basic
Or you know everything?
I know things that will keep you up at night.
Okay. Yeah, I do have at my CarolinaPreparedness.com. We have it's a basic survival class. We teach people how to do a solar still, how to make a water purifier out of coal, sand, and rocks, how to set some basic traps, how to build a shelter. So we do a wide variety of just a basic survival class. Now, the interesting thing in North Carolina, there are very few survival instructors.
Yes.
And especially qualified ones. But hey, wherever you are, there's always a weekend class, some within driving distance you can go to. It's very beneficial to take that class.
Yeah. I was just talking to someone the other day, and they were asking about kind of what I'm doing. So talking about leaving my current job and going into something else. And they started about doing survival instruction and that. And they said, well, why survival instruction? I said, well, it's because, obviously I'm used to working with people. I said, well, now if I have the option, if I don't like you, I can leave you in the woods. Joking, of course.
Many things about you scare me.
Yes.
So, so you said survival course. I'm going to pick something simple that I teach in my survival class that I have down here. And again, all these are going to be posted. This whole list of things you need to purchase, train, and your mindset for day 120 to day 180 are going to be on the PreppingAcademy.com's website under archive shows. But I'm going to pick making char cloth. Making fire is essential. And char cloth, it's like gasoline in a sense. It makes making fire so much easier.
Yeah.
With char cloth, without char cloth, you can't. It's hard to make fire from the sun, like using a lens.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have something that's dark that will catch easy.
Now let me ask you this: do you keep? And this probably sounds ridiculous. Do you keep a pencil sharpener in your bug out bags?
No, I don't.
I keep a two-sided pencil sharpener in there for making wood shavings.
Right.
To get things started.
Well, in my bug out bag, I have some. Oh my gosh, Blaine. The wood that is pine, where all the what's that called? We're both gonna have a problem with that. Someone in the chat room will help us.
For fire starting.
Yeah,
actually, yeah,
I have that in there. I also carry a pocket knife. And if you're wearing jeans or any other clothes, you can scrape off. Oh, it's fat wood. Yes, it's fat wood. And I have that in from my everyday carry kit to my bug out bag. And then I even have some big sticks when I go camping. And so fat wood is pretty amazing. You can get that started pretty quickly. But, you can shave off the lint on your jeans and use that as well. So there's many ways. I teach 15 different ways to make a fire.
This is actually where I have you beat. I actually have one alternative way for starting a fire.
Okay, okay. Oh, your beard?
The beard. Yeah, that's actually why I can shave a side off.
Your Duck Dynasty beard?
Yes. Just take an inch off.
Yeah. But burning hair stinks, man.
I mean, but it's survival.
That's nasty. So, so making char cloth, and that's easy. You just get an Altoids can, and you get a fire, and that's all. And some jeans. I use jeans. I cut up an old pair of jeans of, I think it was my daughter's, and I put it in there, and you poke a hole. You don't even have to poke a hole, but I poke a hole in the top. It burns. When it stops burning, you got char cloth. Take it off with your hands. Just kidding there. And that's how you gotta learn how to make that. That makes life easier. So that's one of the ones I pick. What's another one you want to put on?
I'm gonna stick around here a little bit. There's a couple good ones on here, but maps in your area.
Oh yeah.
That's really important. And I told you, I think we talked about this in one of the prepper meetups. It's not just having like National Geographic maps are definitely the way to go because the material they're made out of, they are waterproof, terror resistant.
I got one of them.
Definitely the way to go. But taking maps off of your computer, go on to Google Earth. You can get satellite imagery, copy that, and actually kind of not saying for spying purposes or anything like that, but it's free information.
Right.
Like, hey Susie, I seen you last night. I had your phone on.
Yeah.
But you can go ahead and take those pictures and go out and see your city and really know where your water sources are. where there's more maybe abandoned areas, quarries, areas that might have material, stuff like that in case of an emergency.
Yep. Also, the other day, one of the preppers in our group found a site where you can print topo maps for free.
Yeah, it's on National Geographic.
Yeah, National Geographic, yes. And you can print them for free because that could come in handy. The reason I was interested in that is because I'm trying to put a repeater station up in the air so more preppers can talk to each other. So I needed to know the high point in our surrounding area of where I would go and find a tree or a pole.
Do you know what you are right in this area?
My elevation, yeah, I'm at about 760 feet, which is one of the highest points.
So you're a little bit higher. I think we're around 650, 700.
Oh yeah, I'm at one of the higher points in the area, if I walk maybe a quarter mile, I'm at almost at 800, which is one of the highest points from here surrounding. So that's good.
Yeah.
And that's where I wish there was a way I could just fly myself up about 50 feet and look and see where, you know.
Well, you can get a UAV.
Well, could.
You get an extra $1,500.
Yeah, I don't. Okay. The next thing is I'm going to pick, and again, this sheet is on will be on preppingacademy.com, is shooting 100 rounds. If you've got to learn how to shoot a gun, you've got to be comfortable shooting a gun. You've got to understand when you pull that trigger, it's going to make a loud bang.
Very loud.
And if you're not wearing protection, it's going to disorient you. You're going to kind of, because when you're in self-defense, you don't go, hey, excuse me, I need to put some hearing protection on before I shoot you.
Yeah.
You're going to be shooting that gun live, which.
Have I ever told you about the first time I shot my AR?
No.
I took it up to Pennsylvania. It was up to the family farm.
Uh-huh.
My grandfather goes out, avid hunter. I want to say he was probably 69, 70 at that time when I took it up to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
I said, hey, you want some earplugs? No, I'm good. I shoot the 270 all the time, shoot 30 outside, so I'm good. I pull the trigger, one round, 223. Next thing I know, I feel a tap on my shoulder, and he has his hand out for the earplugs.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it is loud.
It is a loud sound. And that's also, a 22 is a lot quieter. Anyway.
Yeah, but, I mean, that's like saying, hey, you can drive a nice pickup truck, or you can drive a, Prius.
Hmm.
You more.
But you got to shoot. You got to get comfortable shooting a gun, and when there's jams, how to clear it. That just is practice.
Yeah, and not necessarily practicing with live rounds. There are dummy rounds that you can put in the gun and practice with. You won't damage your bolt carrier.
Are they the ones that didn't pass class?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they're red. They have red top.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you got to shoot some. You and Kyle's picking. Which one are you picking?
If we're still going through here, I am going to say camping out. Get out there.
Dude, that
is.
Mm-hmm.
I even told my wife, for me, it's almost like a spiritual thing. I kind of need that reprieve every once in a while. But if you've never camped out, or it's just been a while for you, just seclude yourself for a little while and try and put yourself in that mindset. Turn off your cell phone. Obviously, keep it with you.
Whoa.
I mean, you might be able to find a Snorlax out in the Pisgah National Forest, but I doubt it.
I don't know what that is.
I just seen it on something. I think it's a Pokemon.
Yeah, you caught that last night. I know you did. Okay, we have a lady that's in our prepping group here in Charlotte in the Carolina Prepper Network, and she's camping out for 30 days. And she started blogging on the challenges and what she's going through. And some of it, you're like, wow, okay, if people think they're going to go out and bug out in the woods, I say this all the time, they're going to die. You just can't. There are less than 1,000 people in the United States that could go bug out in the woods and survive.
I'm happy. There's two of them right here.
Well, look at the show alone. Yeah. These are survival experts. They're people. They train other people in survival skills, and I think the max is like 60-some days. Of course, they're in a little bit different environment. It rains a lot, but still, They even took 10 tools with them.
Yeah. And I'm just saying, just for the record, Jesus went out without anything for 40 days.
You know, that is true.
It's pretty good.
That is true. And what did he eat?
No, he didn't.
Did he fast for 40 days?
Yeah, just I'm assuming just water.
I had a friend that did that for I think 30 days. And he lived.
Yeah.
He lost a lot of weight.
It's possible.
It's a new weight loss program.
Yeah, don't eat.
that sounds miserable.
Yeah, after trying the master cleanse for like a day, I can tell you, even just having lemon water, it is miserable.
Okay, so that is camping for 3 days. We're going to do that at prepper camp. At least I will be.
That's not really camping.
It's not.
You're going to have Survivor Jane there, you're going to have Skinny Medic there, you're going to have Alan Kay there, you're going to have an assortment of people.
There's some of the best survival people in the world will be there.
Yes.
So, and with 1,000 preppers.
Yeah.
So, it will be funny if you hear a hair dryer in the distance or something. That would be.
Yeah. That'll be in your town.
No. Okay. Let's talk about mindset for a little bit. Again, you can buy things like I told many times. I have a friend worth millions of dollars. He owns every prepping/survival gear made. When he went to prepper camp 2 years ago, he bought 3 sun ovens. And I guarantee you not one of them has ever been used. I guarantee you they're still in the box.
That irks me. I can remember a guy we used to have on years ago when we would do Block TV. And here you have a lot of these guys are starting off preppers. We're looking at, a lot of times we end up going back on guns and stuff like that. We talk about freeze-dried food, etc. And, I'd have my SIG 5.56 and, my Ruger pistol and a couple other guys have a few things. And this guy would just have an immense amount of items. He'd have FLIR, night vision. He had a safe larger than the room that we're in right now, just packed with guns. Mm-hmm. He had an anti-aircraft gun.
Dude. Okay.
Millions and millions of dollars. He had luxury cars, etc. He actually volunteered to go down on the border with another one of the members in our forums, and to just basically help us like a civilian border patrol.
Right.
Had no idea how to use any of his stuff. He got so much crap from everyone on the forum. The guy who went down there with him is like, this is the problem. All the money in the world. I actually had a friend who went out and he told me his boss got into the same thing, started getting prepping. Lives on basically a golf course. House, backs right up to par 9 or hole 9. Goes out at night one night, sets up the phone book, wraps a pillow up around it and a blanket, and shoots it. His mindset was that the sound didn't come from the muzzle.
Oh.
The sound came from the impact. Well, then the cops show up and say, "What were you doing in your backyard out in the golf course?"
I don't know.
There's a lot of bang.
It was a bear.
Yeah.
I was trying to protect myself.
People have to get out there and actually use their items.
Yes, absolutely. So in the mindset here, one of the things I have down here, and I say this all the time, you guys got to know that I speak to preppers throughout the Carolinas all the time. I would say that I probably know more preppers than a lot of people, just because I go out to all our groups at the Carolina Prepper Network, and which we have 7 cities now that we have classes going on in 7 cities, 1,800 people. That's Carolina Prepper Network, CarolinaPreppersNetwork.com. And I tell them, find a meetup group or a group of people meeting to talk about this. You've got to understand that you're not crazy. There are other people like you. And if you stay in your shell, like a lot of preppers want to do, I don't want anybody to know I'm doing this. Your growth of knowledge, mindset, even friendships that you can make that could form into a survival group are are just hindered big time.
I will actually take it a step further and say that you are actually a greater danger to others around you if you do not have a support group, because there are so many people that I've come across who say, OPSEC, I don't want anyone knowing what I have, where I live, what I'm doing, I won't invite anybody in. And I just imagine this lone wolf psychopath with a .308 sitting in his window trying to tell his wife and his children, don't go outside, and every neighbor he sees, he's going to shoot. That's kind of how I envision this stuff, because they get so paranoid over every little thing they read on the internet. For the love of God, get out of your house.
Get out.
Meet other people. And have it's like a support group, really.
It is. And when I tell people, it's funny, kind of, when I came out of the closet and I told people I was doing this, I had to, because I was like, I am tired of, I have some great relationships on online forums.
Yeah.
That's not going to help me a lot. And so that's why I created the Carolina Prepper Network, so I can meet other ones. And now we have at Charlotte, we have, anywhere one meeting from 30, 40 to, almost 100, a couple months ago.
And I would say to that, and obviously there's been different books like Strategic Relocation.
Yes.
Like a lot of people are moving down into this region specifically because they are feeling either called by God or they've read books like that and they feel like this is going to be a safe haven. Maybe not the safest of places, maybe you could live out in the middle of the desert somewhere by yourself, but there's definitely a gathering.
I would say there's more preppers. I'm not making this up. I think there's some backing to this in the North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee area than any other geographical location on Earth.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
I would definitely. The only place I would say that it might potentially be more would be Russia.
Oh, they came out with, was it the Russia government? No, it was German government that told their people to start saving food.
Yes, and I believe also Czechoslovakia has also said something along those lines.
Or was it German or Russia?
No. Russia's the one we talked about the one night where they were actually saying citizens were basically asking Americans, when are we going to war? Buying wheat and stuff like this.
Okay.
But one thing, because I know we're running short on top of that, and I have to drop this in here, is for mindset, the days of Noah, whether you're religious, you're unreligious, it doesn't really matter. It covers kind of both perspectives in there. But excellent book series. Mark Goodwin, I know you and I both whizzed through the books in probably 2 or 3 weeks?
Yes.
3 books. It makes you think about a lot of things.
Yep. I love that series. Great series. That's The Days of Noah. Mark Goodwin, isn't it?
Goodwin.
Oh, yeah. Great books. And he started a new series as well that I've been reading. I finished the first 2 books. I'm waiting for the third to come out. But, yeah, The Days of Noah. And, of course, you can find out on Amazon as well. But that's a great – you need to read books like that. The reason why is because as he's making the story and he's going through the characters, you can see as the book's going on, you can go, wow, I can picture my neighbor acting like that guy.
Yeah.
Or, wow, I would have the same problem, trying to figure out this or this as well. And then you go, and you learn, even though, it's a fiction story, you learn so much from it that it almost becomes nonfiction.
It's very plausible.
Yes. There's a lot to learn from people putting together a scenario in a book, and you're reading it. And Day of Wrath. I'm not sure. Have we talked about that?
I know you mentioned it. I have not read it.
Yeah, that's by Bill Fortune. He's coming on our show in about a month. We're planning it. It's going to be at the prepper camp. He's coming on. Him and been emailing his wife. We're trying to set up a date. But we got 1 minute left. So what I want to do is I want to remind everyone to go to preppingacademy.com. We have a store. You can buy some legacy food. You can listen to the archived shows. Join our contest where we're giving away a bunch of items. And to do that, you just join our mailing list. It's /newsletter. So go there, And it and sign up also lets us, again, I don't send out a lot of emails at all, but but I am trying to build a way that we can communicate, build a community online, and that's preppingacademy.com. Kyle, will you be back next week? Should be. I'll be here. We'll have another great show, won't we?
Yeah.
I mean, this was great.
And you know what? Next time we should do? We should do it live on like YouTube.
Oh my gosh.
With our guns.
I don't know about my guns. They may come for us if we have our guns.
No.
But hey guys, thanks for joining us, and we will see you next Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Today's broadcast has come to you through the courtesy of the Prepper Broadcasting Network. See our hosts, show schedules, archived programs, and more at prepperbroadcasting.com. Thanks for listening.
Hurry into JCPenney for the end-of-season Red Zone clearance event happening now through Monday. You'll find thousands of items like swimwear, tanks, tees, shorts, and accessories for the whole family under $5 or $10, with many items final marked down to 80% off. Stack the savings even more and get $10 off when you spend $25 or more with coupon on select items. That's getting your pennies worth. JCPenney. Valid 8/31/95. Some exclusions apply. Check jcp.com or newspaper for coupon and details. Selection vary by store. All supplies last. Clearance savings off regular and original prices. Intermediate markdowns may have been taken. Season refers to time period from 8/10 to 9/5.
Labor Day. It's time to get outdoors and make your holiday weekend one to remember. And there's no better place to get ready than Cabela's. Get 30% off all Cabela's camp kitchens, furniture, and cots. $100 off a Ruger American Bolt Action Rifle with Vortex Scope Combo after sale and mail-in rebate. 15% off all in-stock canoes and kayaks. And $20 off Winchester USA bulk handgun ammo. Hurry in and gear up for Labor Day weekend at Cabela's.
Has your data been hacked? Do you feel uneasy about the vulnerability of your personal information online? Were you involved in the Target, LinkedIn, or Microsoft data leaks? Don't know? If not, then pay attention. Join Forrest Garvin from PrepperNet for a free webinar on privacy and security. Gain insights into safe internet browsing, VPNs, crafting online aliases, secure emails, detecting if your data has been hacked, and managing passwords. Secure your spot today for this webinar on privacy and security. It's free. This webinar delves into comprehensive strategies for bolstering your online privacy. We've got you covered, from fortifying your passwords to shielding your financial information and mastering state-of-the-art encryption techniques. We're offering 2 convenient dates to suit your schedule. Reserve your spot now at preppernet.com/privacy. Don't let cyber threats erode your peace of mind any longer. Take the first step toward a safer, more secure online experience by joining us for our free webinar. Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to safeguarding your privacy. Sign up now at preppernet.com/privacy. We'll see you there.